Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Monday's Assembly, which is about our learning value reflection. We are continuing to look at the two strands, which are think about how you behave, your conduct, and think about your attitude to your work and your learning. This is our learning value for the term. Before we begin our assembly, I thought I'd better share with you our quotes of the week, which I keep on forgetting to share with you every week. So there's quite a few quotes that I haven't even discussed with you. So the first one is by Dr. Seuss, who wrote Cat in a Hat. So one of his quotes is, "A person's a person no matter how small." Now, why do I like this quote? Well, it's because it's saying no matter how small you are important. You have a voice to be heard. So I like that quote a lot. Another quote is by Reverend William Holmes Borders, and his quote is, "I am somebody." You hear lots of people say that, but do you believe it? You are just as important as everyone else. You are important. I am somebody. Make sure your voice is heard. And the last quote is by Oprah Winfrey. I hope you know who she is. She used to be a presenter on TV, has her own TV channel in America, and has a wonderful book club. So her quote is, "I think education is power. I think that being able to communicate with people is power." So she's saying that those two things are very, very important. Your education, I believe it's true, education is with you for life, and being able to communicate articulately with people is power. But she also goes on to say, "One of my main goals on the planet is to encourage people to empower themselves. So learn, and learn, everyone. Your education is your superpower." As always, before we begin, let's start with a good old song. I like this Lion King song very, very much. "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" I remember taking my children to see the original film, but you might remember it by the modern version. So I've put two versions up here. You can pick whether you like the original version or whether or not you like the modern version that came out, I think, last year. Enjoy. Okay, so let's start with our assembly. Our assembly is all about one of our learning values. Remember, learning value is a principle that guides our thinking and our behavior. So this term, as I said, we are thinking about the learning value called reflection. So what is reflection? So let's just recap some of the previous slides that we have looked at over the last few weeks. So what is reflection? So reflection is what? Well, I think reflection is thinking of others, thinking about how you conduct yourself, how you act so that you do not hurt others. I think it's about thinking about your work. I think it's thinking before you speak and show empathy so you don't hurt someone inside. Because remember, words are very powerful. They will hurt someone inside. You can also think about reflection when you are thinking about your work. You need to listen to instructions and aim to do your best, not your second best. You need to think about ways to improve your work. In school, and at home actually, you can use the 5 Bs or your displays to improve your work. When you've finished your work, instead of saying, no, I'm finished, not going to do anything else to improve my work, think about it, check it, Is it your best work? Have you put maximum effort into your work, or can you improve it? Challenge yourself and think of ways that you can improve your work, and think about what you can do next if you have finished. And lastly, you can think about how you treat others. Think about how you help your family, think about how you help your friends, and think about how you can help the school. Think about how you can help your community, and think about how you can help the world. So over the last few weeks, I've been exploring the word empathy with you. It's when you put yourself in another person's shoes and ask yourself these questions. How do they feel? Are you using kind words, kind actions? What would make them feel better? And I put this little display in the corner here which says, treat others the way you want to be treated. I think it's so important to think about the needs of others. The more you think about others, the more you will develop your empathy, because we are all so different. We have different lives, different pressures, different backgrounds. So be considerate. There's a word that we've talked about last week. Consider the other person's feelings. Consider that they have differences, but we are all the same. We are all human beings with feelings. So it's all well and good saying be reflective, but how can you be reflective? I think you can be reflective by thinking about what you say very, very carefully. That means you need to think before you speak. Think and be smart. Have you considered their feelings? It's really hard to fix a negative word that comes out of your mouth that will hurt someone's heart. So think before you speak. I said it at the bottom, stop and think before you speak. Words are powerful. Use them in a positive way to make others feel good. Now, sometimes we make mistakes. We're only human. But if you realize that you have used words in a negative way to hurt someone, to hurt their feelings, then apologize. We all make mistakes, and apologizing shows that you care. It shows that you care about someone else's feelings. So when you apologize, you are showing someone that you value them, that you love them, that you respect them. You should apologize, not because someone's told you to apologize, but you think it's the right thing to do. There should be no rewards in it for you, but just because you realize, oh, I've upset someone, and you apologize. Now, all that we've just talked about in the last few slides fits in very well with our British values. It's particularly the British value, mutual respect and tolerance. Mutual respect and tolerance for those with different faiths and beliefs, and for those without faith, means that you have empathy, you understand, and you care about the differences that make us all so unique. So display mutual respect and tolerance for everyone around you. We are all special, we are all unique. Now, here is a slide that we looked at last week. The title of the slide is Equality. Equality means we are equal, that everyone is equal. And this slide is about the Black Lives Matter protest that is going on all across the world, internationally. So have a quick read of this slide to recap what's going on around us. Here is a new slide. The previous slide was about us being equal, equality. This slide is, the title is diversity. What does diversity mean? It means diverse. When we have equality, when we're living in equality, we are accepting that we are all equal. We want to be with each other, and it means that we have an interesting mix of people, cultures, religions, and we are appreciating, celebrating these wonderful, diverse opportunities. So diversity is a mix of things. Now, to help you understand diversity, let's do a diversity investigation. You can do this at home, you can do this at school. Tell the person next to you what your favourite food is, what your favourite thing to do is, how many brothers and sisters you have, and what languages that you speak. Once you've done that, have a think. Were you exactly the same? Were you different to your neighbour? And how does that make you feel? I think diversity is a great thing. We are all so different. It makes life so interesting, so exciting. Can you imagine a school without diversity? Where everyone looks the same? Where everyone sounds the same? Everyone has the same interests, and everyone has the same beliefs, and everyone behaves the same. But one thing I like about Rutherford House is the uniqueness of it all. You are all so different. You are all so unique. So if I was to explain diversity to someone, I think I would explain it like this. We are all different, and it's our differences that makes us unique and special, and that makes our country interesting. If we didn't have freedom to be who we wanted to be and to be different, the world would be a boring place. So I say to you, be proud and be confident in your differences. Be proud of who you are with your different hairs, your different skin color, your different cultures, your different foods, your differences. But respect and celebrate the differences of others. Your differences are not more important than someone else's differences. With equality and diversity comes the need to respect differences. People may be different, may have different beliefs and interests, but we must respect and be tolerant of those differences. It is a British value to show mutual respect and tolerance for those different faiths and beliefs and for those without faith. Some people do not treat people with equality. They may treat people differently because of their age, their gender, their sexual orientation, race or religious beliefs, and this is called discrimination. And discrimination is a bad thing. You need to treat every human being with equality. We talked about one British value in the previous slides, which was mutual respect and tolerance. Another British value is the rule of law. It is illegal to discriminate against people according to race, age, gender, sexual orientation, religious belief, and maternity. There's been a lot of information in this assembly. We talked about equality and diversity. I want you to have a quiet moment of prayer or reflection, whatever you want to call it, and just think about the content of this assembly. Do you understand what equality is and that how you can treat everyone equal? And do you understand what diversity is and how you should not be judgmental and treat people differently because of their differences? Have a quiet reflection moment. As we reflect, think about how reflection makes the world a better place to be. Think before you speak and act. Treat everyone with equality and celebrate everyone's diverse differences. Now, you might have your own little reflection that you'd like to say, but I'm going to end with my usual reflection. Here in our school, let us be peaceful at all times. Let our rooms be full of happiness and respect for each other. Let love be in our hearts with kindness and compassion for all. Let us remember, in learning together, we grow together and succeed together. Have a brilliant, brilliant week, everyone, whether you're at school or at home. I just thought I might end with a bit of information about something special happening on Saturday. It's Windrush Day. See if you can find out what Windrush Day is all about. What is it celebrating? I'm going to be letting you know later on in the week, but it'd be interesting if you could do some of your home learning to find out for yourself. And lastly, I've put up on Class Dojo a skipping challenge. Please, 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 please send me some of your skipping if you've done any of the challenges or if you want to share some of your tricks. I really look forward to seeing them. Have an amazing week. Can't tell you how I'm missing all those at home and hope to see you soon. Have a lovely week, everyone. Bye.